We did it. It's week 12. Well, actually, technically it's week 13, but we made it. We made it to the end of my fat loss phase. Guys, I'm officially down 12 pounds, and I don't even know where to begin. This fat loss phase, it was so smooth. It couldn't have gone smoother. I'm really happy with how it all went down. And today is the last episode. Today we will be recapping everything that happened in week 12 of my cut, the last week of my cut. And then we will be introducing the reverse diet series. If you didn't know this, one of the most surefire ways to gain the weight back after you lose it is to completely ditch any structure and then go right back to whatever you were doing before. So what this reverse diet will do is it will repair my metabolism, slowly lower my diet fatigue, slowly lower my hunger in a controlled way so that I can start getting my body used to eating more food while still maintaining my fat loss. Okay, so without further ado, let's just jump right in. So for my last week of my fat loss phase, my targets were to strength train 4 times a week, hit 8 to 10,000 steps per day. And this is the kicker. This is the lowest my calories have been. I was trying to eat around 1550 to 1650. But to be honest, I was eating closer to 1500 to 1600. Okay. I was keeping the calories low, trying to eat 120 to 130 grams of protein. Okay. Let's start by pulling up my last check-in pictures, my last progress pictures, starting with the front relaxed. Okay. So this is it. The before picture was from 12 weeks ago to now 12 weeks later. I am super happy with how snatched my waist looks. Now, I think the most impressive to me is my backside. I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but I haven't been showing you my back pictures. And that's just because that's like an insecurity spot for me. It's just not something that I care to look at or that I care to show to the world. So I'm the most impressed with how the backside of my body is looking. I feel like I stored the most fat on the backside of my body. So I'm really excited with that. The side picture is really cool. Whenever I start leaning out, you can start seeing like my back. Like you can start seeing my lat shape. Maybe a little bit of like rib cage on my back. You know what I mean? Is there even rib cage back there? I think so. Yeah. Our rib cage is back there. And you can see my lower belly pooch is down. And just the thickness of my torso is down. And even my arm looks leaner. And my face too, from the side right there. And then the front double bicep, you can really see how my arms have leaned out. My face has leaned out. Everything. I'm really happy with all of it. And there's really nothing to say other than like, I did it. I'm not going to lie. My final week of cutting was kind of a blur. And on my last week of cutting, I actually was able to go out for dinner with my godmother and my mother. Funny story. My mom and my godmother came up for my birthday weekend. I think I told you guys about that last week's check-in. And then they decided to do like a tour of Tennessee. They wanted to go to Nashville, wanted to go to Memphis. My mom's car breaks down. She has to get her car towed back to my house. She had to pay so much money to get her car towed. But she ended up having to stay at my house again, sleep over. So we ended up doing like a dinner to kind of just celebrate the chaos that was getting their car towed, getting it into the shop, realizing how much fucking money it would cost to fix it, and then having to buy a whole new car. So after we got her a new car, we went out for like a fancy dinner. And I just made a mindful choice for dinner. I had trout and it was asparagus, I think. Trout and asparagus? Was that what I had for dinner? I think I had some salad. Like it was such a nice, light restaurant. So I was able to eat. I remember being done with my dinner that night and being like, fuck. Like feeling like, okay, I'm physically like, I know that my body is content, but mentally, appetite-wise, like I could keep eating for like another 3 years. So the calories for Tuesday says 1355, but really I ended up eating more than that. So I'm going to remove. So yeah, my calories were closer to 1550 that week, as you can see here, once I got rid of the trout dinner. And then, dude, I didn't even count on the weekends. Saturday and Sunday, I didn't even count because look at my weigh-in. 137.6. I really just wanted to break into the 130s. So the fact that not only did I break into the 130s, but I got into the 137s, to me that was like, whoa. You know what I mean? And look, this week, I haven't even been tracking. I've just been eating the same foods, but no weighing, no tracking on my macro factor, just trying to eat the same foods and trying to honor my hunger a little bit and kind of allowing myself more flexibility with snacks. So like, an example, I'll eat my regular dinner of like rice, chicken, and veggies, and then I'll add like a slice of cheese and melt it on it. You know what I mean? Like a slice of cheese is like what, an extra 50 calories. So, and then like with my yogurt cup with fruit, I'll add a little bit of peanut butter. You know what I mean? To make it a little bit more calories, a little bit tastier. So I can slowly kind of like introduce myself back into higher fat foods and more carbs and more food in general. And then this morning, Wednesday morning, I got a new low, goddamn, 137.2, which I was not expecting. So from what it looks like, as I go into the reverse, maybe we might see my weight continue to drop, or maybe we might see my weight stay around the same. We'll see. But this is not the first time this has happened to me where like I'll be done with the cut, I'll introduce more carbs, more fats, and my weight continues to drop because my body is like, I don't know why your body does that. But sometimes you'll be like depleted, restricting, and then you'll do a little refeed or you'll add a little bit more food and your weight continues to drop. So it's like your body is rewarding you for taking care of it. You know what I mean? But look at my final weight loss graph. My starting weight, as you can see, was 151 and my ending weight is 137.9 on average. So 138. So yeah, 151 and 138. What is that? Like 12, 13 pounds? But yeah, last week, very standard week. My steps were there. My macros were there apart from the weekend. But like I said, because I haven't had to slash my calories super low or anything like that, like I haven't felt extremely deprived. You know what I mean? Like I have all these cravings that I can't stop thinking about food. I haven't really experienced that because I've taken a slow and steady approach to my cut. And I only really had to eat 1,500 calories for 1 week. It's felt so doable, especially when you're eating high fiber, high volume foods like the ones that I've been eating. And if you're unfamiliar with the types of foods that I've been eating, I just posted a what I eat in a day last week. So check that out. All I know is I did it. I'm super content with how my physique is looking. I'm so ready to fill out my muscles. So now that I'm leaner, I'm excited to like start eating more carbs and start filling out and just start looking even better through the reverse. And I'm hungry and I'm definitely ready to eat again. So like I kind of already said to you, week 13 is really not week 13 of the cut. Really, it's week 1 of the reverse diet. And training stays the same. Steps are going to stay the same for now. And I'm just going to focus on taking a tracking break this week. No tracking, which I haven't been doing. I've just been eating the same foods, like I said, sprinkling in some goodies here and there, not feeling the need to track, just giving myself a break. Now that all that has been said and done, let's talk about what the heck is the Reverse Diet Series. This is officially the Reverse Diet Series, episode 0, week 0. Tune in and I will be sharing how the reverse diet process is coming along. So I'm going to be sharing with you how many calories I'm eating, how many steps I'm getting in, how my protocol is changing over time, and basically how to conduct a reverse diet. So like, I don't know about you, but I've seen so many videos about how to do an actual reverse diet, but I feel like without having a real world example, it's kind of hard to like contextualize. Like, yes, you know in theory that you're supposed to be raising your calories over time, but like how? How do I do it? How do I track? How do I know that I'm not gaining just a shit ton of fat? You know what I mean? Like, how do you do it in reality? So I'm going to show you exactly how I'm weighing myself, just like with the fat loss series. and how I know when it's time to increase my calories further. Exactly what I'm doing on like a weekly, on a day-to-day basis to ensure that I am gaining muscle and not gaining my fat back while also eating more food. I suspect this series will last 12 to 24 weeks long. So when it comes to what you do after a fat loss phase, from what I understand, the best thing that you can do after a fat loss phase is take some type of maintenance phase or take some type of reverse phase for the same amount of time that the cutting phase was, if not more. So I'm going to be reverse dieting for a minimum of 12 weeks because my fat loss phase was 12 weeks. But ideally, I would like to be reversing for longer because I really want to get my calories back up there. And I really want to focus on just continuing to grow my muscles for another 3 to 6 months. And then honestly, from there, I'm thinking that I'm going to want to do another fat loss phase to get even shreddier and to get even leaner. So it's March right now. So I probably won't start my next cut till like halfway through the year, if not more towards the end of the year. And that's fine by me because I'm most likely going to be recomping a little bit through the reverse diet anyways. So if you haven't kind of already picked up on what's happening here and you're still wondering what a reverse diet is, a reverse diet is the diet after the diet. Or if you have a past of undereating or restrictive eating like me, you can also do a reverse diet before the diet itself. So the reverse diet is when you finish a fat loss phase, you're eating very little food, right? So I finished my fat loss phase. I finished it eating 1,500 calories. That's very little food. You are not supposed to be eating that little food for an extended period of time. So the reverse diet allows you to slowly raise your calories over time, and it allows for your metabolism to adjust to those calories so that you can maintain the weight that you lost. Or if you're coming from restriction, it allows you to work your metabolism back up while you are recomping, so while you're gaining muscle and losing fat at the same time, so you can eat more food while making your physique look better, okay? And if that sounds really hard to believe, here's how it works. I lost 12 pounds, right, in my diet. When you are a smaller person, you need less calories to keep you alive, okay? That's why a big, tall dude needs more food than a small person. Everybody can understand that, right? So I was weighing 150 pounds. Now I'm weighing 138 pounds. I'm a smaller person, and my metabolism has adjusted to my now smaller size. And my body now needs less food to maintain my current weight, okay? Not only that, but our bodies have evolved over time to keep us alive, right? So when you're doing a fat loss phase, your body isn't being like, yay, let's lose some fat, girl. No, your body is like, holy crap, we are in a famine. We need to get back to homeostasis. Let's conserve as much energy as possible so that we can stay alive through the famine. So our metabolism adapts, and our bodies suddenly, they needed this much food to maintain our weight. Now our bodies only need this much food to maintain our weight. And that also explains why when we're dieting, we feel so low energy. It's our body's attempt at keeping that calorie balance, at not letting us lose more fat, which is why it's important to stay on top of your steps. Like you saw that I had to slowly increase my steps over time. I'm at the end of the cut. My metabolism is lower. I need less food now to maintain my weight. That's kind of a recipe for disaster, if you will, because I'm hungry. My appetite is increased because I've been dieting for 12 weeks. I'm thinking about food and my metabolism is lower. So that's why a lot of people will be like, dude, I feel like if I eat anything, like I blow up like a balloon. The reason that you feel that way is because your metabolism is downregulated and you're thinking about food more. So you're snacking and you're eating food, and you'll be surprised how many calories you can eat without realizing that you've consumed that much food, okay? So what I don't want to do is come out of a fat loss phase and just go balls to the wall and eat everything that I want. What I want to do is come out of a fat loss phase and slowly enter that reverse, slowly start to raise my calories back up. It's going to require more continued discipline, but as my calories come up, I can slowly start adding more fun foods. I can slowly start decreasing my diet fatigue. I can slowly start decreasing my hunger and my appetite, and basically help mitigate the chances of me gaining that weight back just because I'm like so like ravenous for food. You know what I mean? It's basically you're maintaining the structure that you had through your fat loss, you're maintaining it through the reverse diet. So post dieting, if you don't continue to monitor your food and exercise, it can be very easy to overeat and undermove your body without even realizing it. And that's what can cause you to very sneakily, slowly gain the weight back. Yeah, so that's why it's important to take a slower dieting approach, because we're technically still dieting. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still needing to be on my calories. I'm still needing to track my steps and my exercising. If I had just gone balls to the wall and just done like an extreme regimen where I like over exercised out the asshole and under ate out the asshole, I would probably be burnt out right now, and I would probably not want to continue counting calories or getting my steps in. But because I took a slow and steady approach to fat loss, I feel ready. I feel rejuvenated. Like, I feel ready to continue monitoring. I feel capable and able to stay consistent through the reverse and not throw all my structure out the window. So yeah, the reverse dieting period is going to be healing for my body. My body is going to be so happy to get to have more carbs, more energy. My workouts are slowly going to get better and better. My muscles are going to start to get, hopefully, like, better. You know what I mean? And more filled with water. So I'm going to look even more cut. I'm so excited. And that just goes to show that really what you do before and after the fat loss phase is oftentimes more important than what you're doing during the fat loss phase. So think about how I had to maintain structure through my bulk, and then I did my fat loss phase, and now I'm having to maintain structure through the reverse diet again. And I feel like I used to think that I would always have to be under eating and always have to be dieting in order to maintain a lean, healthy physique. But now I'm realizing how a majority of my year is dedicated to growing. It's dedicated to reverse dieting, bulking, or to maintenance. And fat loss is such a small fraction of the whole picture. So if you're not willing to grow, if you're not willing to reverse diet, if you're not willing to allow yourself to eat more food, you're not going to achieve, at least not long term, the benefits from a fat loss phase, right? I feel like the fat loss phase is the most like glamorous part that everyone likes to hear and see about. But dude, the work is happening before and after the fat loss phase. It's what you're doing preparing for the fat loss phase and recovering after the fat loss phase that is the critical shit. So now that you know what the reverse diet is, and now that you know what the series is kind of going to look like, what to expect, let me explain what the plan will be. So you guys already know this. I ended my cut eating around 1,500 to 1,600 calories per day, 120 grams of protein, 8 to 10,000 steps. Not this week, because like I said, this week I'm going to be chilling. But starting on Monday, I will begin the reverse at roughly 1,650 to 1,750 calories. So I'm already raising my calories by around 150 to 250 calories. So this first increase in calories is going to be 150 to 250 calories. But every 2 to 3 weeks after this first raise, I will most likely only be raising by like 100 calories at a time. So just like with the fat loss phase, I'm going to continue to monitor my weight daily. I like weighing myself daily, every morning, before I eat or drink anything, and after I use the bathroom. And I'm just going to be observing how my body is reacting to more carbs, more fats. Not only that, but I will continue with the progress pictures once a week to make sure that the weight that I am gaining isn't body fat. Now, you can't ever actually know what's happening inside of your body until you like cut yourself open, you know what I mean? But as long as my clothes is fitting me the same, as long as I'm still feeling good, and as long as my pictures are showing that I'm still looking lean, and hopefully my muscles will be looking better, that will be a good indication to me that this weight that I'm gaining on the scale, if I do weigh any, isn't necessarily fat, but it's mostly muscle and water and food and honestly poop, just because I have more food in my body. So like it says right here, I will expect my total body weight to increase by about 1 to 5 pounds over the next 12 to 24 weeks, okay? But I'm not going to freak out because my body is doing exactly what I'm asking it to do. When you have more carbs in your body, when you're eating more food, you're going to weigh more on the scale. It doesn't mean that you're gaining body fat. If anything, it means that your body is doing what you asked it to do. You're eating more food, you're recovering better, your workouts are better, you're growing muscle mass while staying lean, right? So the number on the scale is not everything. Take the number on the scale and put it in context with the rest of the story. The progress pictures, how your clothes is fitting, how your workouts are looking, how you feel when you look in the mirror, you know what I mean? And my goal is to slowly increase my calories back up to like 2,400 to 2,600. So currently I'm eating 1,500. So I'm going to raise my calories over time by, what is that? Almost 1,000 calories. And I will do that in the next 12 to 24 weeks. If I'm patient and I do it super slowly, it's going to take on the longer end. And if I'm feeling like I want to move faster, I'll do it in a shorter period of time. But knowing me, I'm going to want to go super slow and steady. And then as I start not feeling so hungry anymore, you just slowly start sprinkling in fun foods. But all in all, I'm going to be eating the same way that I've been eating while I was in a fat loss phase. To kind of wrap everything up and start the fun stuff, I kind of want to explain why I'm documenting this process. I think eating more food can be scary for a lot of people, including myself, okay? Like doing my first bulk was really scary for me. And anytime that I have to increase food after a fat loss phase, it can be scary just because you kind of like gamify it, right? Like for the past 12 weeks, the game has been watch the scale drop, watch the scale drop, watch the scale drop, eat less, eat less, eat less, move more, move more, move more. And to now kind of just overnight flip it on its head and be like, okay, new game. Now you're going to be eating more and more and more. And now you're not going to see the scale drop anymore. If anything, you're going to start see the scale go in the opposite direction. That can just be scary. Even though I know in my heart of hearts that I'm doing this in order to have a better physique and that this phase is necessary so that I can prepare for the next fat loss phase and so that I can improve my physique even more. There's just something about diet culture that's embedded so deeply in all of us. So I kind of want to like demystify this process, destigmatize the process of eating more food on purpose, being in a growing phase and in a building phase on purpose. And I also wanted to show how important it is to safely come out of a fat loss phase, right? So that you don't accidentally binge or that you don't accidentally undo all of your hard work. Like I said, the post-diet strategy is often going to be more important than the diet itself. And I also want to encourage you to lean into your improvement season. This is where the magic is happening. Right now, starting next week, the magic is happening now. This is when I get to build the muscle and prepare my metabolism so that I can get even leaner and look even cooler while also maintaining my good health, right? Because yeah, I could keep pushing the fat loss, but what's the point of getting leaner right now if I'm just going to feel like dog shit and then I'm just going to rebound, right? Why not be a little bit more patient and get to a leaner physique while feeling amazing? Isn't that the end goal? That's kind of all that I have to say today. I'm so excited. The fat loss phase has been so fun to document. I didn't realize how fun it was going to be. And so now I'm super excited to be able to share with you probably an even more fun and more important process of reverse dieting. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone that you think would benefit from this badass science-based fitness information. Subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to ding, 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 ding. Click that notification bell so that you never miss another video from me ever again. Bye.